wonderful sound of the Finnish and Czech national anthems, and then it'll be opening puck drop for the gold medal game here in Chamonix, France.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Center Michel Bourgeon for the main event, the culmination of the Legacy Invitational tournament. This is the final between Finland and Czechoslovakia.
What wonderful national anthems for both these two teams. A great moment during the Czech national anthem. The players on the bench looked into the crowd as there was fans carrying the Czech flag, and they looked at it in reverence. A great moment of pageantry. Now it's time for war. These two teams are going for the jugular, trying to win that coveted trophy. It's a beautiful award that is up for grabs. And it will be decided in maybe the next hour and a half between these two clubs that are so good at playing any style of game. It's the final that we all want in terms of possibilities at both ends of the ice, and we've got it here. Puck rolls down to the goaltender valley. Going from right to left, it'll be Finland in the dark blue jerseys with the gray trim. And in the all-gray jerseys, it'll be the Czech Knights. And the Czech Knights know how to win at these tournaments. They did so well at the European event last year in Prague, their home country and their home capital city. So we'll see who steps to the forefront here. On the doorstep, here comes a shot towards the goal. It's wide. So already a little bit of good pressure here from the Czech Knights, trying to use that vaunted forecheck. Bialy takes a forehand shot, blocked in front, follow-up chance. Pavelek fires it over top of the net. It's picked up by Levanen as it's top line versus top line here. Ledasari on the rush. He scored a key goal in that last game against Draft Day. Was stripped of the puck. Pavelek a drive into the midsection of Valley. He'll let it fly for his defenseman. Pessinen gets away from danger. Peters all over him. Puck is thrown to the blue line, and they get it out to center. And Peter has 7 goals and 8 assists. A long-range shot from center, blocked away by Rabel. Up ahead for Sale. Edward Sale angles it all the way down inside of the attacking zone. An early stoppage of play because of that icing. So the chanting is going to be relentless. You're going to hear it on the intercom. The East Czech fans are really driven by that tailgating, and we'll have the face-off now at center ice instead. We're back underway. Minute 12 has been played between these two teams. Czechs have an early push, and they almost came close to another chance. Krizik a shot. Bounced off the leg of Sale, came to the other side. Eetu Heinonen coming off that 1 goal and 2 assist game. Can't get that puck out. He also scored that empty net dagger goal. And a beautiful power play marker on a backhand. Edward Sale is tied up against him. Tries to shake off Heinonen, who's a very pesky back checker too. Behind the net. Nice move by Kopak to get some room. Throws it to the high slot. It's gloved down. Heinonen bats it away from Dvorak and slides it out to center. And he got tied up. A big solid check into the boards against Sizik. And Sizik almost had a little bit of whiplash there, but he's fine. And Sizik is key. 9 goals for him. That's among the league leaders. Nurmi slithers along the wall. Throws it to the slot. Leponen fan on it. And Leponen, his goal to make it 6-4 was the backbreaker against Draft Day. A marvelous deflection. He kind of looked like Joe Pavelski the way he deflected that puck. Here comes a nice move into the attacking zone. Shot towards the net, didn't get through. They're following up. Pospisil getting to that slot area, but there is Kivaharju coming off that 5-assist game. Throws it up the middle for Sormo. He's been among the leaders, the beating drum of this Finnish team in the playoffs. Been so good at the key moments, and he was dominant against Draft Day and also West Coast. There is Artie Asura backing it to the blue line. Kakinen holds on. Wrist shot. Nice block there by Pospisil. We are getting some good diligence in both ends from these two teams. We await our first goal. Mazanek chips it over to himself on the far side boards, gets it out to the neutral zone, finds that puck one more time, but Sormo takes it away. Kakinen carelessly throws it out to center, and White's fan on it, throws it ahead. Both teams are having a tough time grappling with that puck right now in the neutral zone. It's kind of like a hot potato. They try to settle it down, And it's Kakinen trying to find some purpose in his own end. Hooks it up the left side. Kruzla gives it away. Here is a chance for Pavlik ahead down the left wing. Shot towards the goal, steered away by Valley. And that one came from Moravec. Almost another steal, as there are some aggressive pinches and sticks in the neutral zone. Kruzla knows how to stick handle in a phone booth, able to get himself out of trouble, gets it ahead for Kakinen. The smooth skating all-star defenseman makes his way down low, can't get down deep. Chance the other way, maybe a lane for Kolpak. It was quickly taken away by Paulo Loma. And Paulo Loma absolutely excels at bearing down on opponents and taking away sure-handed chances. Peter nudges it over to the right corner boards. Kolpak initiates the forecheck, slides it behind the net, walking out in front, a backhand shot. That goes wide of the cage. A solid attempt there by Peter. Now another centering pass, back to the point. Cizik. Dvorak tried to send it hard, it's taken away. Kruzla might have a step coming on the left wing, taken down by Cizik. And they're going to say it was a hockey play, no call there. Puck is kicked inside of the attacking zone. Cizik knifes it back to the high slot, interception. Nurmi can't get away. But we have some frantic action here, but we await our first goal. We have played 5:09 into period number 1. Paulo Loma, long pass up the right wing. Solstedt is sent through the middle. He scored the first goal against draft day hockey, 57 seconds in. So slippery. He knows how to find those quiet spots, as does Mazinek, who's leading the charge. Taken down. Leponin can't get it away from Mazinek, though. Shot from the boards, goes to the net. Easily swatted away by Valley. Leponin getting tied up by Mazinek. Those two have been going toe-to-toe all shift long here. Kivaharju, the captain of the Finnish team, will go on the charge. Nice job cutting through the middle. Makes his way in the attacking zone, tried a toe drag, but then the puck was poked off his stick. There is number 20, Dvorak. Very steady, excellent shot from the point. Had that puck intercepted, but now the Czechs have it back, 2-on-2. Cutting into the middle, backhand shot is wide by Peter. Nice pinch by Lucian. Pavlik off the boards, back to the blue line, and it's swatted out to safety. White's across the line, holding on, looking to maybe fire a wrister. Cuts towards the side, but it's intercepted by the Finland defense. And Kakinen shovels it out to center. We have had about 3 or 4 minutes of continuous action. End to end, but really good play being kept to the outside. But here's a chance. Lebanon, save is made by Hrabel. It went out of his glove, but the net's off its mooring, so we have a stoppage in play. And Adam was telling me before the game, and speaking about Aaron Kivaharju, that some of the East Coast parents apparently were in disbelief that this kid was born in 2006 as an underager, because he really plays beyond his years. He does not look out of place at all. And like I said, he'll factor in big time. He's the captain of this team as an underager. And his father, Yanni Kivaharju, is the man on the bench calling all the shots. And he had a very solid shift. Kivaharju was almost able to go coast to coast. So we had some lengthy mechanical work on the nets at the other end in the last game, and now there is some detail. They are really trying to clamp down on that net, making sure it stays in place. Yep, they're really going to town on that. Trying to scrape it a little bit. Just they want to make sure that it stands up to the pressure. All right. The mechanical work is over. We're back to action here. Shot towards the goal. Letasari whiffed on a one-timer and fired it wide. Lebanon drops it back for Pessinen, who's coming in deep. Pessinen in the left corner. Shakes off one defender. Drops it back for Letasari. He loads up and shoots. Save is made. And it was on the doorstep. Kruzla not able to find it in time. That could have been a tap-in. Kruzla out of the right corner. Drives to the middle. But it's taken away by the Czechs. And they get it out to safety. The best opportunity for Finland to strike, but they survive. Pessinen tries to knife it out. Everybody's active with those sticks and the bodies too. Sizik throws it down low on the doorstep. Here's a chance. They score! Kolpak, a highlight reel tally. Able to go from backhand to forehand to get it past Valley. And the Czech Knights have drawn first blood, 7:41 in. What a terrific pass from the blue line to set up that opportunity. And Kolpak had it all alone, mano a mano, and he beat the goaltender. That's one thing, you can't give the Czech Knights the daylight or else they are going to burn you. Borna Kolpak, dominant tournament, looking at his stats. That is goal number 5 and point number 12 in 8 games. So the Czechs are off and running, and their fans, their rabid fans that is, have a reason to cheer. And now the Finns will try to respond. Nurmi on the doorstep is denied by Rabel, just chipping it into the paraphernalia of the goaltender. And the Czech fans are chanting. I'm not too sure what they're saying because obviously they're speaking in a different language, but I bet it's jubilant, whatever they're saying. Borna Kolpak assisted by Samuel Sizik. So Sizik now has 9 goals and 6 assists. Maybe an MVP candidate. There's certainly many on this Czech team. And here is Nurmi going on the attack. He's a good game breaker, tries to come down the middle. He's hauled down. Czechs are going to come the other way. Down the middle lane, it is Pavelek being shouldered off the puck by Kakkonen. What a great defensive play. Puck is stolen. Moravec throws it on the doorstep. They score! Highlight reel backhand goal by Pavelek. Valley had no chance. What a pass, what a goal. 2-0, 2 goals in 70 seconds. And the fans are cheering once again. Plenty of reason for celebration for this Czech Knights team early in this one. Great energy in this building all around, as there are 2 highlight reel goals. So Peter Pavelek scoring that big marker, following up with his dominance in the semifinal where he had 2 goals. He has one here to make it 2-0. So 8 goals and 7 assists, and now that make that 9 goals and 7 assists. Sizik is looking for it. In front for Kolpak on the doorstep. Sale backhanded in and get through. Finland needs to respond now. Aliasura is hauled down. No call there. Krizik throws it in from center. Little bit of collision in front of the Czech bench. Almost a steal. Kivaharju's under plenty of pressure from Sale, but he gets it away out to center, but is taken away. Thrown down low. Mazanek is in hot pursuit. Pessinen is getting tripped on the play. There's going to be a power play for Finland. Aliasura knocked down from behind from Stefanchuk. So the trip is coming up, and Finland, who were 2 for 5 on the power play against draft day, will try to cut into this lead. Mazanek is going off for the trip. So the Czech Knights will try and go on the penalty kill, and their fans will try to give them a boost as they try to kill it off. No wonder they're playing fired up, because these fans are giving them every reason to just continue to pile it on. But the Finnish fans have been great. They want a reason to cheer now. Question is, will they provide it on this power play chance? Lebanon steals the puck away from Bialy, coming down the left wing, takes a shot. Glove save is made by Vrabel. And that was more to create a face-off opportunity. Just want to thank you for joining us on Legacy Live TV, and of course you're able to watch these games on demand a little bit later on. And we appreciate you for all your patronage throughout the course of these WSIs. Kivaharju from the point. The shot didn't get through. Chance to get it out. Cizik will make his way up the right wing. A bit of a lane to the net. A 2-on-0 almost. Here's a chance for Sale. Throwing it in front. They score. Behind the back pass. Sale to Cizik. Wide open net. It's a shorthanded goal and a 3-0 lead for the Czech Knights. What a thing of beauty between Sale and Cizik. And make that a big goal for Samuel Cizik, number 10 of the tournament. So now the urgency for scoring a goal here has increased tenfold for Finland. But the draw is won by the Czech Knights. There's 82 seconds remaining on this power play here. Trying to make something happen. Kakkonen throws it up the right wing for Heinonen. Sahlstedt over for Heinonen. Sahlstedt and Heinonen in close quarters. Heinonen a shot, whistles it wide. Puck gets played along the near boards for Paloloma. Back for Kakkonen, lows up and shoots. On the doorstep, doesn't get through. Paloloma does get it through. Save is made by Hrabal, and he holds on for the whistle. It's just not the way that the Czechs have just been scoring goals. It really is the manner. Such style with all three goals, and that's giving them a sail of confidence here. Off the face-off, 50 seconds remains on this penalty against Masinek. Kivaharju walks the line, waiting, no shot yet. Throws it over to a shot on goal from Kuzla, denied by the glove of Hrabal. And Hrabal has his mask knocked off, so he'll have to adjust that. And we are looking at 40 seconds remaining on this power play now. Kivaharju holding on. No shot from Ledasari. Now he'll fire. Blocked. Chops it down low. Pavic tries to wrap it around the boards. Comes to the right point. Ledasari holds it in. Cross point for Kuzla. Wriggling along the left half wall. Back for Kivaharju. Waiting. No shot. He has a good one. He slides it in for Lebanon. Kivaharju in for Kuzla. Left circle. Throws it back door. Big save is made by Hrabal. And the rebound was also stopped as there was a secondary whack. Great passing. And they came close to getting the goal, but Hrabal was ready for that. But a lot of the offense on the power play, it really flows for number 11 Kivaharju and number 25 Kuzla, operating that left half wall, and they've gone for that backdoor play. That's their bread and butter, and that almost paid dividends. Kakkonen from the blue line. Big block towards the net. Puck is knifed out to center. Power play's been killed off. Kakkonen ahead for Nurmi. Crisscrossing over to the right wing. Finagling his way down the wall. Stops up at the point. Throws it across. Kakkonen holding. Throws it in front, looking for that quick tap on goal from Sahlstedt, but he fanned on it. Puck is flipped all the way down to center. Sale is on top of it. Backhand pass. Puck is loose behind the cage. It is being poked along the near wall. Kurzik doesn't shoot. Kopak gives it away to Nurmi. However, Finland's having a tough time managing that puck. Now a little bit of open ice for Paloloma. Up ahead for Nurmi. Cautiously, gingerly, just throws it into the attacking zone. 7:40 remains in period number 1. Leponen finds the loose puck. Stoppage in play. Referee's calling an interference call. So we are going to see a penalty now coming up against Sormo. So the Czech Knights are going to go to the power play. And during the course of the playoffs, They have been able to score 5 power play goals. So that is absolutely dynamic. So they have scored 5 goals in 2 playoff games. That is going to be very tough for Finland to stop. Here's Bialy throwing it across. Dvorak a shot, and it's absorbed by Valley. And a good save for Valley to inspire a little bit of confidence in his team. That's what Valley needs to do here. He needs to stabilize the chip for this Finland team. And of course, the defense needs to give him a hand, because the Czechs, they just know how to pick defenses apart with their passing. Off the face-off. Puck is lounged around the near side by Peter. Peter on his backhand. Slides it down low. Switching places with Pavelek. Peter and Pavelek continue to interchange. Peter holding in the right circle. Down for Pavelek. They try the return pass. Back to the blue line. Bialy. Forehand shot. Scooped up by Valley. 84 seconds remains on this power play. Exactly 7 minutes remains in the period. And just a reminder, first goal scored at 7:41 by Kopak, second one at 8:29 by Pavelek, and the third one at 10:06 by Sizik. Kopak has it in the left corner boards. Back to the point. Dvorak walks the line a little bit into the left circle. Kopak tries to go back door. Loose in the doorstep. Nurmi tries to get free, can't get it out. In the right corner, Sale looks for a backdoor play. Instead, drops it back for Lushin. Lushin over to Sale. He goes to the high slot. Wrist one on goal. Glove save is made by Valley. So far, so good. Pretty good box formation on the kill by the Finland Selects, forcing play to the outside. And the goaltender is making saves and not letting us loose change. Luchin takes a shot. Save is made. On the doorstep it was there. Another chance. A wild shot goes wide to the near side. And it's pounded out of the zone by Nurmi to relieve the pressure. Penalty killers finally get to make some changes here. And it's going to be played by Kopak. Managing the line. Plenty of time and space. Throws it over to Kurzik. A shot. Save is made by Valley. Follow-up chance is scooped to the high slot. Kuzla maybe has a lane shorthanded, but quickly tapped away from him by Peter. Dying seconds of the power play. 10 seconds in fact. Pospisil down the right wing. Takes a shot. Glove save is made by Valley. One more face-off in the attacking zone. So both teams perhaps poised to go 0 for 1 unless the Czechs are able to manufacture some offense off this faceoff, and they are good at that. They lose the faceoff though. Kakinen holds on to it, and now we're back to 5-on-5. Stormel's back on the ice. And now Finland really has to go to work here. Paualoma can't get it over center. Bit of a 2-on-1. Pospisil throws it across, they score! Stefan Chuck, a nice tip. And they make it 4-0 with 5:22 remain in the first period. And they are dancing in a circle, celebrating. That is their mantra, their MO throughout the quarter tournament, I've noticed that. And whatever they're doing, it's working for them. They're scoring. So I believe now they have scored a grand total of 54 goals in 7 periods. And 7 games, and also 1 period, and that is absolutely amazing. So 54 goals. And the goaltender, Ninemaki, is coming in to relieve Valley. But I mean, how could he really pin this on Valley? The goals that goaltender allowed, it'd be hard-pressed for any of the goaltenders at this level to stop it. So it's more of a jolt to this team, perhaps, that Ninemaki will go in there. The child of Antero Ninemaki, a former NHL goaltender. Chance the other way. Lebanon is robbed by Hrabel on the doorstep. That was a nice pass from Kuzla to Lebanon, but the goaltender Hrabel came up with a big save. And it must be discouraging your fleeting offensive chances, but Hrabel's been a brick wall. There just is no breaks on the side of Finland right now. Koivisto is trying to turn the tide, getting it deep inside the attacking end. But here's the Czechs going to work. Kopak bangs at it. Managed by Kuzla. It's going to be Kakkonen playing with it. Slides it up the middle and all the way down to the defensive end. One thing I will say for sure, if anybody could come back with a 4-0 deficit in this tournament, I'd say it's this Finnish team that's been able to score more than 7 goals multiple times in this tournament. They opened this tournament with a 12-goal game. But here come the Czechs again. Kopak, loose behind the cage, along with Sizik. It's thrown back to the point. Shot towards the goal. Kurzik fires it over top of the net. Kopak coming off the wall. Back for Kurzik. Loads up and shoots. Save is made. And it's in the equipment. Now they're trying to jam away. But Niittymaki has it long enough to cause a whistle. Nice spirited play between these two teams. And I'm looking at the stats. Samuel Sisek, a goal and an assist. And then Bogdan Stefanchuk, the latest goal, assisted by Jurka Pospisil. That great cross-ice pass to set up that tap-in. Face-off will come just outside of the Finnish zone. Sisek had that puck taken away. And he'll throw it down low to the left corner. Behind the net. Kopak behind the back pass. Nice interception there by Leponen. Over to Kiviharju. Kopak is really pinning him into the boards, but it gets free. Eliasura, very smooth and shifty. Almost got a bit of a lane down low. Looking to make a pass. Finds Leponen. Drops it back to the high slot. Paloma. Shot is blocked. Follow-up chance. Stormos backhanders denied by Hrabel. Lead pass the other way. He missed everybody. Picked up by Paloma. 3 minutes remains in period number 1. A steal. Here comes a chance. Masanek fires wide. A giveaway and almost 5-0. Shot towards the goal from the point. And a bomb was denied by the goaltender. And that one came from Kurzik, who has a great shot. Shot from the left point. Blocked on the doorstep. Nice play by Paloma. Paloma really working hard against Kopak. Kopak's just a water buck in that attacking zone. He will relentlessly try to steal that puck along with Masanek. Stefanchuk, the architect of the latest goal, lost the puck. It's thrown up the left wing, and Kuzla had it bounced off his skate down to the defensive end of the Czechs. Another steal, almost another breakaway pass for Moravec. Moravec does get to the puck first. Back to the point. Weiss can't hold it in. Maybe a race for it here. Nurmi going for it. Goaltender out to play it, and he'll throw it out to safety. Very well-timed maneuver there by Hrabel. Kakkonen had the puck taken away by Peter, throwing it in front. Almost a gift there for Pavelek. Nurmi up the left wing. Into the high slot. Levinen shoots wide. He wanted to pick that top right corner. Kiviharju finds that puck in the neutral zone. Goes back to his own territory, and now will turn on the Jets, throws it up the right wing. Heinonen races for it, and will get there first. Centering pass. Shot on the doorstep. Big save is made by the goaltender Hrabel, and that one came from Pesinen. Follow-up chance. Nurmi is denied. Sahlstedt a backhander from a sharp angle, and Hrabel has it. And a little bit of a pushing and shoving match between Nurmi and Bielli in front. 76 seconds remains in period 1. 4-0 is the score for the Czech Knights. And this period has just flown by. We have barely had any stoppages in play. There was one sequence where we had like 4 or 5 minutes of continuous action, and you are getting what you want, except it's a little bit more lopsided than I thought it would be, but the Czech Knights have really just stepped up their game to a terrifying height in this one. Here is Kiviharju waiting. All over him was Pospisil. He gets it down low. Backhander by Nurmi is denied by Rabel. Great save. And a well-timed shot from the blue line by Kivaharju. As Pavlik was really in his grill, but Kivaharju was able to sift it through and create that chance. And I mean, Rabel has a 4-0 lead to work with, but the saves that he's making have been such momentum builders and momentum killers for Finland that he'll be one of those players that you might want to consider for player of the game. But I mean, there's so many candidates already. Samuel Sisek, a goal and an assist. Kopak has been dominant every single shift. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So much more game to be played here. Finland could use a goal late in this period. You know how much momentum those late goals could build for a team. It's about when you score your goals. It's not necessarily getting it too early. You just need to find that well-timed strike. 37 seconds remains. They'll try and engineer an offensive chance here. Kivaharju shakes off Moravec, slides it up ahead. Peter back there for it. Knocks Kruzla off the puck. Pavlik and Kaplany will try and play keep away here. Weitz can't get it out. Levanen in the right corner. Tries a centering pass. Really good feverish battle in that right corner. 4 players are colliding. Levanen wins the fray. Throws it towards the goal. Save is made by Rabel. And on the doorstep is Letasari. And it looks like there might be a couple of coincidental minors off of that. A little bit of pushing and shoving in front. So there is a rough. And it's actually just going to be one way. So a power play chance is coming up. And Weitz is going off. So a late power play. The second of the game for Finland. They have time to get something off the faceoff. They might set up Kakkonen for the one-time shot. But it is the Czechs winning the faceoff, getting it out to center. 2 seconds remains. And we will go to the first intermission with the Czech Knights in full command. 4-0 is the score. And they've been so dominant on the shot clock too, but we are going to recap the box score. And we're going to get some instant analysis from Adam Kirschenblatt when we come back before period number 2. Thank you for joining us on Legacy Live TV, the gold medal game of the 2005 World Selects Invitational. Better for you to come in front because I know they want to go to the replays. Wow.
More of the same of what I saw earlier. Like to get in deep.
I mean, like they just are in your face at all times.
They like to get in deep like the forecheck.
Yeah. I mean, they're passing. It's like so pinpoint. It's like razor sharp right now. It's got to be frustrating. I mean, that goaltender is killing them with the saves that he's making too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like the Byland was the goalie earlier, and he got hurt. And then this guy has come in and hasn't allowed a goal today. Kivaharju is still on the ice. I have a hard time flooding the ice right now. Look at that crowd around the Moni. Might have a little bit of delay for that. Looking at my computer screen too long is making me fall asleep.
Alright, we'll take a little break, man.
I just want to finish this one. Seneca got it. I'm not sure though.
Or, yeah, Seneca.
I will attempt to do so.
Okay, cool. And I'll just retweet it.
Only attempt.
Only attempt. I expected that. Alright, so we'll come back on. I'll start with the box score update and then I'll come to you.
Okay.
Your thoughts. Welcome back, everyone, to Chamonix. My name is Quentin Amundsen, and thank you so much for joining us for our presentation of the gold medal game at the 2005 World Selects Invitational between the Czech Knights and the Finland Selects. And the party really started in the stands before this game took place. The Czech fans were loud and really just wanted to ignite a frenzy, and the good thing for them is that their team gave them plenty of reason to cheer loudly and proudly throughout the course of that entire 20 minutes. A really almost perfect first 20 minutes of action for the Czech Knights. They outshot the Finland Selects 25-14 and outscored them 4-0. Goal scoring started at 7:41. Borna Kopak opened the scoring, assisted by Samuel Sizek. 48 seconds later, it was Peter Pavlik scoring at even strength, assisted by David Moravec and number 21 Dominic Peter. And at 10:06, it was a 3-0 game as Samuel Sizek scored the big goal. A beautiful assist there from Edward Sale. And 4-0, the final goal of that period was from Bogdan Stefanchuk, assisted by Jirka Pospisil. And my Adam Kirschenblatt, my eye in the sky, you and I were just talking about how this really is the way they've played all their games, the Czechs. I know some of the people in the Chamonix crowd are seeing the Czech Knights for the first time because all their games were in Kornmeyer, and they probably were mesmerized by the strong play in all three zones, but it's kind of same old, same old. This is what they've done every single game, every single period.
Exactly. What I was saying is basically this is just more of the same of what I saw this morning from the Czech Knights. They love the forecheck. They are in your face the entire time. Those big bodies, you can't push them off the puck that well. And then they love to lay out some hits as well. So they are a big team. They have sticks well positioned in the passing lanes and in the slot to get shots. And they have just been a very good forechecking team throughout this tournament.
So my question is obviously, what does Finland do to chip away at this momentum?
Well, Finland themselves are a very good forechecking team, so they have to get on it a little bit more. They have to use their speed, because that is the one advantage I think Finland has over the Czechs, is that the Czechs, they're not very fast, but they're big. So if Finland can use their speed to push the pace, then they might be able to get back in this game.
All right, thank you, Adam. And one of the guys killing any momentum in the attacking zone for Finland is the goaltending of Rabel for the Czech Knights. I just did an update of his stats, including the 14 saves he made in the first period. He has a save percentage now of .943, and his goals against average is 1.00. So pretty good. Yes, just okay numbers. I say sarcastically. No, they're absolutely brilliant numbers. And A2 Niittymaki will have to really step to the forefront here. His team's going to be on the power play for 1 minute and 53 seconds. But here's a shorthanded chance off the hop, and Sizek's denied by the glove of Niittymaki. So scoring a big power play goal very soon will definitely help their cause as they try to make a comeback here in this championship game. And they are going to work here. 10 seconds are gone, and the puck comes out to center. Sizek gives it away to Letasari. Down the middle, coming towards the left circle. Forehand shot, save is made by Rabel. There was a little bit of a rebound there, but it's picked up by the defense, and they are trying to go to work here. Rivaharju, side-to-side pass, broken up. Lukin gets it out to the neutral zone. Letasari kicks it back for Pessinen. Over for Kivaharju. And he is going to go on the attack himself, leading the charge across the line, waits for a pass across, really taking his time. Now he'll shoot. Glove save is made by Rabel. Kivaharju was thinking pass all the way, but there were no options, so he eventually had to just shoot it on net to create a face-off. 1 minute and 4 seconds remains on this power play as Whites is off in the penalty box. Going to work here. Puck is around the boards. Nurmi was one of the more players with a little more energy, I would say, for Finland. Definitely one of the more dangerous players of the whole playoffs. Offs it back to the right point for Paloloma. No shot. Over across. Kakinen a shot. Tipped just wide of the corner as it did reach the crowd in front. Nurmi back for Kakkonen again. He fires, and a big pad save is made by Rabel. And what a lethal weapon that slap shot is for Kakkonen. And Peter's going to go the other way. Kakkonen's back for it. Also a smooth skater. The Paliloma. Quick chip pass ahead. Puck is tipped down low to the goaltender. And is steadied by the Czech defense. Stefanchuk will carry it out. Lead play ahead. Pospisil racing for it, along with Koivisto. Koivisto pushes him into the wall. Pospisil falls down. Dying seconds of the power play. And it's going to be killed off. Dvorak, D to D. Pass to the middle. Stefanchuk just tips the puck into the attacking end. Kakkonen being worked over by Stefanchuk. It's played over to the far side corner boards. Lobbed ahead, whiffing on it at the blue line was the defenseman Lukin, and it's being pursued by Leponen, one of the two underagers for Finland. Throws it to the doorstep. Aliasura can't handle that pass. Paveluk is winding up for the neutral zone, but Kivaharju was able to force him to the boards and shut him down, and then he knocks down Nazanek, but Nazanek gets up and continues to go after that puck. Like a dog on raw meat right there. Taken away by Levanen. One of the leaders of the team, an assistant captain wanting to make a big play, fires it wide, bounces off the backboard. Regathered briefly by the Finnish defense. And now it's going to be Sormo, poked off the puck. Paveluk angles it up the right wing for Kopak. Holding, throws it to the slot. Sizik, a backhand attempt, just not able to pull the trigger in time. As there was some good defensive pressure on behind him. Levanen is racing after Kizik. He's really pushing hard. Sizik is using his feet, trying to kick it to his stick. Four players are really putting those sticks in there, trying to get it free. Really is a war in the trenches along the boards. On the blue line, Pavic loads up and shoots. Save is made. Follow-up chance. On the doorstep, they score. Sale threw it over to Kopak. Wide open net. No chance for Ninemaki. It's 5-0 for the Czech Knights. 3:24 into period 2. And the passing continues to be something to behold, as that was another highlight reel pass from Sale. He had his back to Kopak, but he was able to just tip it over and make it 5-0. One of the easiest goals that Kopak will ever score in his life. Puck is thrown ahead. Peter gets it inside the attacking zone, and that is Kopak's second goal of the game. Pavic, a key secondary assist, getting that puck in deep. Nurmi loses command, and now considering it's a 5-goal spread, Finland really needs to try and get something in the next 6 minutes and 12 seconds, or else continuous time will be instituted at the midway mark of this period. And you don't want to have your clock wind down any more than it has to. So that means the clock will continue to roll even though there's stoppages in play. So they need to score a goal to avoid that eventuality. Puck comes out to center. Aliasura got tied up. Pospisil over to Weiss. Uses his big frame to get across the line. Opponent drives him into the boards. He loses the tire and falls into the half wall. But he gets support there from Pospisil. Koivisto has it, backhands it. By getting tied up as Stormo. Almost a steal. Opponent's trying to dig it away from Whites. Whites got it away from him. And now maybe a bit of a lane down the middle for Leponen, but offside is the call. The Czech Knights are taking the flow out of the Finland Selects game in every single zone. There just isn't the time and space to create the offensive plays that they were so accustomed to making against all the other teams. And you probably hear it. The Czech fans are getting louder and louder. They are just ready to erupt when that final whistle goes, but there is still time for something big to happen. But somebody has to make something happen soon. Ledasari a shot. Save is made by Rabel. And now he's made 33 saves on 33 shots today. And the goaltender is getting equipment back in order. As That was his strapper that kind of became loose. So Levinen a face-off, loses it. He could perhaps make a big play for this Finnish team. Krusla is a good usual suspect, but all of them are being shut down. But here is Sisek, 1 goal and 1 assist, throws it to the doorstep. Taken away, Levinen can't get it out. Krusla does get ahead for Letasari. Letasari angles his way to the right corner, holding on to it, waiting for a centering pass. Forced to just backhand it down low to the corner. Nurmi, back to the left point. Kivaharju, no shot, moves closer to the left circle, and the puck is knocked off his stick. He waited too long. Comes back to Hamidis 1x1, but it's blocked. Kopak and him are racing for it. Kivaharju gets back there first. Kivaharju almost had it intercepted by Peter, but played it E-to-D for Paluloma. Throws it down low in the attacking zone. It's played by Kakkonen. Over to Heinonen, centering pass. It was a blind one and an easy interception. 3-on-2 for the Czechs. Pavelek slides across ice. Shot towards the goal. Moravec a save. A rebound is there, but Peter not able to backhand it in the net. Another centering pass attempt. And Gretzky's office. Another steal. Pavelek down low. They score again. Behind the back pass for Pavelek from Peter is 6-0. And they have been making that same play for 3 of their goals to great perfection. And what an offensive explosion for this team. They have basically turned this game into a good old-fashioned tailgate. Just celebration after celebration of all things Czechs nice. Every single moment has been a validation of their play in this game. And Finland is just having a tough time. They're just kind of being grinded to a halt. Nothing is going right for them in this game. So Peter Pavelek, a recipient of a beautiful pass there from Peter, who now has a multiple assist game for the second time today. Shot from the right point, snared by the goaltender Ninemaki, and that one came from Lucian. So now off the face-off. Lucian slides it along the wall. Finland's able to get it out. Weiss has command of it. Had it intercepted momentarily. Kuzla goes for it. 3 defenders bearing on him, but a follow-up, a shot by Levinen goes wide. Letasari has that puck taken away. Lucian ties it up along the wall. Krusla back to the right point. Kivaharju a bomb. Tipped over top of the goal by Letasari. Letasari knifes it along for Paluloma in deep. Koivisto spinning it down low. Pass was wide by Letasari. Puck is engineered all the way down to the defensive zone. Puck is backhanded around the near side boards. Heinonen had it intercepted. It's going to be a chance to clear that puck for Koivisto. But very hard for Finland just to get over center. But maybe a little room here for Sahlstedt. Coming down the middle lane. Backhand shot. Save is made by Hrabel. And the rebound is poked away. Nurmi has it. Drops it back for Paluloma. Walking the line. No shot yet. Can't find the angle. Forced to just dump it down low, and they'll try to restart. In the corner, Pessinen retreats back to the bill line, over to Paluloma. Now he'll fire. It's wide. Off the backboard, Weiss backhands it out to safety. Settled down by Pessinen. Trying to angle it onto his forecheck. An interception and maybe a 2-on-1, but nope, interrupted. Sale just backhands it into the finish zone. 1:20 away from the midway point period, and remember, continuous time will be instituted at the next stoppage after the midway point. But that's the storyline in this game. We've barely had any stoppages. It's just up and down and up and down, and that's the way we want it. Down the left wing, maybe a rusher from Artie Asura, pounded into the boards hard. And there will be a penalty coming up. And it will be a big boarding play into the wall against Kurzik. So boarding against Kurzik. 9:06 has been played, and to play the role of Captain Obvious here, Finland needs to score on this power play. And Adam just pointed at himself, thinking that he's the Captain Obvious, but I more think of him as the curmudgeon of this broadcast team. Here is a bit of a play from the high slot. Over to Paloloma. Over to Nurmi in the right circle. Taking a shot, blocked in front, loose on the doorstep. Nurmi pounds at it. Heinonen got tied up, but gets it free in time for Paloloma. Walking the line, no shot. Nurmi in the right circle, moves closer, takes a shot. Hrabal makes a save. He just takes up so much space that there just isn't any angle to get behind him, and he continues to be a story here. I mean, there's no way he's going to be player of the game, but I just think he's been huge for this team in this game. You'd have to think that one of the members of that top line, perhaps Samuel Sizik, would be a contender. He has 1 goal and 1 assist. Borna Kopak has 2 goals. Dominic Peter has a lot of great plays. And Edward Sale has a couple of big plays. He's trying to come in shorthanded. Bumped to the boards by Krakenen. But Sale will single-handedly kill off some time. Puck gets thrown inside of the attacking zone. And the one thing about these Czech teams, they're kind of channeling the Montreal Canadiens here. A little bit of their own version of ole, ole, ole. Like they like to say when a team is about to almost lose as a guarantee to them because they're so far up on the scoreboard. They're trying to make it happen. Ledasari has a lane backhander down to the other end to the corner. Levanen back to the point. Tivaharju walking the line. Shot on goal. Save is made by Hrabal. They've done karaoke. They've waved the flag. They've chanted. They've had a lot of fun here. Levanen will take the face off here against number 9, which is none other than Pospisil, another big player in this game. Gruzla along the wall, back for Kivaharju. Straddling that line. Over for a one-timer. Great save is made by Hrabal. It looked like there was going to be a brief moment where the goaltender was going to be off kilter, but Hrabal showed a little daylight, then he came across and said, nah-uh. And for some reason, they are not starting continuous time here in the gold medal game. So there could maybe be a possible rule change. We've seen it instituted another gold medal games to continuous time, but they're just going to have stoppage time here. And I mean, that's kind of good news for Finland. They have a little bit more time to maybe make a comeback of the ages here. And that's what it would essentially be, the comeback of the ages. Because that's the masterful thing that the Czechs have done. They made Finland look out of sorts all game long. Not a lot of flow to their offensive game. In the high slot, a shot towards the goal. Paz, save is made by Hrabal. That one came from Gruzla. Dying seconds of the power play here. Kivaharju almost had it stolen, but got it over to Ledasari. A shot, whistled it wide. Peter can't get it out. Violi a chance to clear, makes no mistake. 8:35 remains in period number 2. Dvorak, steady defenseman, tries to get it out. Sormo, a nice little steal. Dvorak gets in his path. And it'll play by Pavlik up the left wing, cutting his way down low against Paveloma. Paveloma bared down on him hard. It's thrown to the far side boards. Moravec is steamrolled there by Paveloma, but the puck is still in there. Pavlik goes it across for Peter on the doorstep. He scores! A nice little deke in front, and he beat the goaltender Niittymaki low. And it's 7-0 for the Czech Knights with 7:59 remaining in period number 2. So Peter has been making those passes, and now he's the recipient of a pass, and he gets to show a little bit of flash there. So Dominic Peter, assisted this time by Pavlik. And now a chance down low again, behind the back pass on the doorstep. Big save is made by Niittymaki. Highlight reel pass from Kopak to Sale, but Niittymaki had the answer. One of his best saves of the entire tournament. And what's so interesting about the Czech fans, they're so contagious that I'm looking down below. The Sweden players are also getting involved in all the chants too. And I would understand that considering Finland's a pretty big rival of Sweden. So the Sweden players getting involved on the Czechs wanting to win, not a surprise at all, but kind of fun to see the players get involved in the act. 7:19 remaining. Lead pass ahead, Nurmi going after it. He is knocked down hard by Kurzik. Puck bounces out of the corner. Here comes a drive down the left wing. In the slot area. Puck is being played to the far side boards. Now back to the right circle, a shot by Lushin, squeaks through, and it's 8-0. 5-hole goal. And the route is on and continuing. So that goal came a mere minute and 5 seconds after the 7-0 goal. And the defender gets involved in the act. We'll have to see if there's a possible deflection on the play. I'll get you confirmation, but it really looks like it just went right through. And it was deflected en route. So we'll have to just get confirmation on that. So Lushin, the shot deflected, and it went between the pads and pierced the armor of the goaltender, Niittymaki. And now we hear the chant Chamonix. That is the place of their triumph here. I think it's safe to say that they are going to win this game. But Finland, they'll just try and get a little bit out of it. They just want to try and find a reason for their fans to cheer. Just one goal to get the Finland fans an opportunity to stand up and really wave those flags proudly. Will they get that opportunity? Levinen circles to the outside, throws it over for number 63, Pessinen. He's knocked into the boards hard. Back on the left point, Pessinen a shot, sailed wide to the right corner. Koivisto dumps it in down low. And the key thing what the Czechs have really done is that they've been able to subvert the defensive game and offensive game of Finland. Finland now feels compelled like they have to make these individual plays as the shot goes on goal from the left point and Whites is denied. It almost looked like it was going to squeak through there. But what an incredible tournament here. They were able to score 17 goals in one game, but they've scored at least 7 in 4 of their games. Just a dynamite tournament from them from start to finish. 6 goals in their first 2 playoff games, and they've doubled that by 2 here. So now they have 8, so a grand total of 20 goals in 3 playoff games. And they have a little bit of time to add salt to the wound here. I'm doing the calculation quickly. 58 goals in 8 games. Shot towards the goal and make that 9 goals in this game. As that came from the right point from Bialy and got through the crowd between the pads of Niittymaki. Scratch that, make that 59 goals and counting for the Czech Knights. As they score again with 4:51 remaining on the clock. And it's good that the Finnish players come back to salute their goaltender. Honestly, these goaltenders, I can't really imagine what they could have really done differently, because these shots are just so laser precise. The plays are just of high quality that it's really hard for these goaltenders. And I am excited for what's going to happen in 4 minutes and 48 seconds when they actually win the game. They've been cheering like they've won the championship 2 hours ago. It's going to look amazing to see that moment of release when they actually find a way to win in a few moments. So Edward Sale was credited for that goal from Luchin. That was the 8-0 goal, and then it was 9-0. And Bialy had it tipped in by Pavlich. So a couple of deflections there, so nothing that the goaltender could do again. Maybe a chance here. Heinonen down the right wing. Hooks it in front, but taken away by Dvorak. Every brief offensive daylight that Finland is able to achieve is snuffed out like a samurai. And it's going to be Kuzla back in his own end. They just want 1 goal here, but they can't even get out of their defensive end. Puck is held in. Whites slides it along for Masanek. Masanek is tied up. Koivisto knocks him down. But what a clinic here between the Czech Knights taking on the Finland Selects. Pospisil gives it over D to Whites. Holding on to it. Throws it up for Stefanchuk out to the neutral zone, down to the other end. And icing has been waved off. The goaltender thought there would be icing. Pestinen, a nice little burst of speed coming down the left wing. Moravec takes away his time and space. Following up is Kuzla. Gets it to his forehand. Pass intended for Levinen was taken away. Peter coming down the left side, looking for double digits. He takes a shot, and it somehow just stayed out. The goaltender lost his stick momentarily. Moravec gives that puck to his captain, Peter, rubbing it back for Pavic. Up the right wing it goes, and thrown inside the attacking end. Off the backboard, a chance, and that goes wide. Almost the 10th goal. Kakinen over to Pavoloma, and you can just tell kind of some careless passing for the Finnish players, and that's really feeding this offense. But I mean, it's hard. It honestly feels for the Finnish players that they're running into a brick wall every single time they come up the ice. And the brick wall is not even the goaltender. The brick wall is the red line of center. It's just hard for them to get any sort of transition game. Chance on the doorstep again. Sale tried to forward across for an empty net chance. Backdoor play. Couple of whacks and it was denied. Heinonen, almost another giveaway. It is thrown down low. Almost a tip en route. 98 seconds remains. Solstedt gives it over, but Heinonen was not able to handle it. But what an incredible effort for these kids from the Czech Knights. Last year they were so dominant in the round robin, weren't able to get it done. But now this year they do. Shot towards the goal, save is made by the goaltender. Cizik looking for that 10th goal. 65 seconds until the celebration they've been working so hard for months. Because of course these players come together for training camps. They really build cohesion. A lot of good talent from a collection of Czech teams coming together for one purpose. Backhander on goal, save is made. They're jamming away, trying to get a 10th goal. 40 seconds remains. From the point, White fires it wide. The celebration is getting louder and louder. Stefanchuk on the doorstep, fires it wide. They want one more goal. Puck is going to be cleared out of the zone. 23 seconds remains, and the moment of celebration is almost on hand. And it's almost going to be there for the players. Puck is thrown towards the goal on the doorstep, backhander. And it's going to be played by Mazanec. 5 seconds remains, 2 seconds, and the Czech Knights have won the World Selects Invitational in dominant tour de force fashion. One of the most impressive gold medal performances that you will see by any team in a championship at any level, at any sport. There are not enough superlatives in the world to praise the Czech Knights for their play in this game. And they get to celebrate. They already have the championship caps. They basically won this game in the first few minutes and took this game away from Finland. They're bouncing on the ice, and they're bouncing in the stands. Both the Czech fans and also the Swedish players. Yeah, they're loving it. And the trophy's coming out of center. I'm going to pass it along for Adam for a moment. Just your thoughts on, like I said, one of the best gold medal games you'll ever see played by a single team.
Well, you're absolutely right in the sense that that was just dominance this entire game. They actually, in the semifinal, they had a little bit of a scare, as I said, as East Coast went out to that 1-0 lead. It's really one of the first times they trailed in a game this entire tournament. As we're getting set to see a handshake line over on the Finnish blue line. But the Czechs, they've just been able to use what they do best, get that forecheck in down low, and once they have the puck in down low, there wasn't really anything Finland could do. The passing was superb. Finland just weren't able to get sticks in those passing lanes, and the Czechs buried every one of their chances.
I think I counted like 7 2-on-0s right in front of the goaltender, where literally there's nothing to do for the goaltenders. And frankly, I would like to also credit the goaltending for the Czechs too. I thought once again Rabel did what he needed to do, as there is also a couple of little Czech fans on the ice. Postasol maybe celebrating with some siblings. But I mean, this relationship between the Czech players and their fans, they're chanting, they're clapping. I mean, I just got to salute these fans here. What a great atmosphere they created. All right, time for the celebration. Lucas Havlik and Robin Enneroff, organizers at the center, along with Richard Newberry, who's speaking.
Boys, 05. We've had a great time getting to know all of you guys. We hope you enjoyed all the games, all the good times in the evenings, the food, and the different locations. We really hope to see you next year at the WSI 2019 event for Boys 2005. So thanks a lot.
And you know, a lot of players from both these teams will earn that invitation to compete in San Sebastian.
There wouldn't be any tournament. So thanks a lot to all the parents and all the coaches. We really enjoy working with you guys. Now we're going to announce the best players of the tournament, starting with the best goalkeeper, number 96 from Alps Selects, Damien Clara.
Damian Clara named the best goaltender. I mean, for a single game performance, what he was able to accomplish against the Finland Selects, one of the biggest upsets in probably WSI history, and he executed it, and he gave his team a chance to be competitive for that playoff spot to the very last day. So a surprising choice, but honorable. I would certainly think that the goaltending from these two teams, the goaltending for Dynamo Minsk was probably also in consideration. But the thing is that these two teams had a goaltending platoon, while Clara was really an architect from beginning to the end. So that probably factored into this vote.
Best defenseman of the tournament from Finland Selects, number 76, Jussi Kekkonen.
Jussi Kekkonen, one of the two dynamic defensemen on the Finnish Selects. The way he was able to go up and down was amazing, and Jussi is getting some chants from the Czech fans, and that's really honorable, you know, honoring your opponent. And Kekkonen was electrifying to watch. That one-timer that kid has, really something to behold. It's a lethal weapon, like I said in the game.
From draft day hockey, number 98, Connor Bedard.
Oh, and this is a surprise. A guy that only scored 24 goals in 8 games and also had 33 points, averaging over 5 points a game. That kid is going to be a star down the road. And now, he might be in consideration for MVP, but of course, would maybe want to see who would be selected from the winning team. So many candidates from this Czech Knights team.
A dominant player, playing for the best team, from Czech Knights Selects, number 21, Dominic Peter.
Dominic Peter was so good today. 1 goal and 2 assists. So look at this gallery of stats. 9 goals and 14 assists for 23 points in 8 games. Almost 3 points a game. What a performance. And I'd have to think that the top forward, Connor Bedard, also got strong consideration, but the fact that Peter was able to really play his best game and the gold medal game to elevate his team to these heights was huge. So all 4 award winners are next to each other, and Adam, I don't think there's a bad choice in the crowd there, really. And that's the really great thing about these players. But there were probably some tough choices, but they picked really good selections on all 4 counts.
For the final standings for the teams, in second place, after a fantastic tournament with a beautiful style of hockey, it's Finland Selects.
Adam, while they received their silver medals, what could you say about this Finland team? You and I covered them the very first game. They're just fun. That's, I think, the word that best describes them. They're a lot of fun to watch.
Well, like I was saying before, they're a relentless team on the forecheck as well as the Czech Republic. But they have that speed, and they always are pouncing on the puck, just constantly firing. And the territorial advantage, they often win a lot of those things if there was Corsi at these tournaments. So Finland, they're a very good team. They're very good at the 06s as well. And it's one of those things where they ran into a tough opponent.
I have a feeling that these guys will be a force next year at the big event in San Sebastian, which was where we're going to be going pretty soon for the 04s. But great players. We saw Emil Kuzla get the medal, one of the MVPs at the forward position. That top line, amazing. You had Letasari, number 8, number 29, Lebanon, and number 25, Kuzla. Kekkonen, great. Of course, their captain, Kivaharju, is a great motor on that backhand. But just ran into a team that was just firing on all cylinders, and sometimes you just could tell that it's maybe just not going to be your afternoon, and the Czech Knights really resoundingly made that clear to their opponents today. That Finland just wasn't really going to have their golden moment.
By far the dominant team in the tournament, fast skaters, good.
And a little bit ahead of the gun, they were about to give the gold medal, but instead the silver plate is going to go to that team.
Take the whole team in second place, the plate.
Well, you can say the players don't want the silver plate, but it is an honor and definitely something I'm sure they're going to soon come to really cherish here.
And now, the dominant team in the tournament, great skaters, great hands, great style of play, fantastic results. In first place and champions this year's WSI 2018 Boys 05, Czech 9 Selects.
And they all cheer loudly, and they're about to get their gold medals. And great words by Richard Newberry. Yes, they were the chameleon. They are equally adept at beating you 2-1. They can light you up 9 goals to nothing. Just capable of thriving in any situation. And Adam mentioned that they faced a little bit of adversity today, and they even passed that test too. What a great tournament for all these players, getting their gold medals. Dominic Peter, of course, gets that MVP love. But I mean, I think there's like 4 or 5 candidates from this team that could have been up for that award. Samuel Sizik was right there in the stats. You had the great defensive play on the back end, of course, from the likes of Dvorak and Bialy. And what did you say?
Pavlik.
Oh yeah, Pavlich, really good play. Sizik, right there. Moravik was an energy forward, really good secondary support. And then Whites was so good, using that big frame, and a little bit of a comical moment as he did the little bit of a bump celebration and knocked Lucan down to the ice. So that was a little fun moment. And the 2 little cheerleaders are getting a little bit of love by the tournament organizers too. And now here it is, the beautiful trophy. And Dominic Peter will come up to get it.
This year's champions, Czech Knights Selects.
And they lift it to the world. And of course, Queens, We Are the Champions is coming on. And they are the champions. They reign supreme. They reign dominantly. And they made it seem like it was just never in doubt, just an inevitability that they were going to be at this point ever since their dominant first game back a few days ago on May the 1st. What a great picture. And while that's happening, the Finnish fans are going to enjoy a photo on the ice, and good for them. They deserve to really feel good about themselves here. It stings, losing 9-0. That's the most obvious thing I can say in the world. It really does sting, but they have to really feel grateful about their accomplishments, and I'm sure that's the message of the coaching staff right now. Enjoy this, guys. Soak it in. You beat a really good draft day team to get here. You were on the ropes, down 3-2 against the West Coast Selects, but you found a way to persevere, celebrate the silver medal. So, I just want to say a final kind of thank you. Of course, we're going to have a chance for thank yous with the All-Star game coming up, but in case you can't watch it, thank you so much for your support of Legacy Live TV, for sending in player profiles, for tuning in, whether it be 3 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning, wherever you are in the world. It's so great that you are here to witness this celebration. We're just going to let you soak in the images and step aside, and then Adam Kirschenblatt will be with you to lead the charge for the All-Star game coming up in a matter of moments. For Quinton Amundsen, I am, and Adam Kirschenblatt, and so long from the World Selects Invitational Gold Medal Game.